everyone. We are the 50s Chicks, and we're here with another video. I am Patricia,
Annalie.
and we are here to help women age 50 and over navigate this online dating world with confidence and making sure that they prioritize authentic self-care.
That's right. And today we're going to be talking about OMS, Old Man Syndrome. It's a real thing. And if you are new to this channel or if you've been tuning in for a while, we are going to be talking about OMS and some of those things that have to do with online dating that we have to deal with as women 50 plus. So if that piques your interest, make sure you tune in.
Yes, and having said that,
Self-care first.
Yes, and today's self-care tip is going to be about practicing gratitude. Now, I know I've talked about it before because that's something that I was going to focus on. And it's about, while practicing gratitude while dating is reflecting on the positives instead of,
the negatives. Because there's so many negatives.
Ruminating on the negatives.
Yes.
Taking each moment day by day and appreciate what you have and what you're doing versus what you don't have. So we're going to leave you with that tip.
Yes.
Make sure you just be grateful that you had the opportunity to meet different people.
Maybe go to a new restaurant, enjoy, I don't know, new scenery, whatever it may be.
Just enjoy the journey and cherish every moment.
Yep.
Okay.
So without further ado, we're gonna, this particular OMS is founded in a Reddit story, and it is called Apologists for a Pedophile.
Oh my God. OMG. That is, I don't even know.
It says,
I don't even know.
So I just blocked a guy who decided to be an apologist for Woody Allen.
Oh, he's doing that.
I think we were connecting on.
Said
there was nothing wrong with what Woody
did. My goodness.
I'm not asking if I was an asshole for doing this because I'm not. But I'm sick of 50 plus men still having ideals and values stuck in the 50s and 60s. Although, is that even a value that was stuck in the 50s and 60s?
Taking advantage of young girls.
And especially since you're adopted.
Your daughter.
The 50s and 60s people would be offended at that because I don't think they were into that.
And I know that people were married younger, in the 50s and 60s, but I don't know that there was this prevalence of children marrying 50-year-old men.
Or their dad.
Yeah. Or their dad, yes. I don't know. We're not putting that on the 50s and the 60s. That's been taboo, since, I don't know, back in I don't know.
Okay, so somebody under the first response is, to be clear for those not following along, Woody Allen married his adopted daughter. I guess we should have mentioned that part.
Yes, if you don't know, but unless you're young.
And actually there is a documentary about Woody Allen, which of course Mia Farrow, his ex-wife, and the adoptive mother of his new wife. She is a big part of that. She kind of tells the whole story.
Oh, wow.
She also talks about how there was talk about him also molesting another one of his daughters, and she has since then come out and made those allegations that
Oh
this
my
man was molesting her
I did
for
not. I didn't know about that.
years and years. And he has denied all of her claims, but it seems quite likely that it was.
Well, he's not going to admit
It
to
was,
it. We
was
should never
real.
expect the perpetrator to admit, because people say, well, they said they didn't do it. Well, what else would you expect them to say?
Yes.
But,
so, this person says, I'm not a fan of Woody Allen. I don't generally ask anyone about it, though. I'd rather not think of him or his work at all. And it's interesting because after those allegations came out and after he, married his daughter and all that stuff, a lot of his work it was blacklisted.
Was it?
Yes, it was some of it. No. Well, I feel like for the most part, yes, but there were some things that weren't getting produced, like some of his new stuff. But however, Europe did. Europe just slung it out there.
Europe have a different opinion about
some type
that
of way
kind
about
of behavior.
I hope, but there they were, just
lapping
doing
it up. But yeah, so that's definitely, and this person is saying they don't normally bring it up. I mean, it could come up just in conversation. Like maybe they were watching a movie and it came up, or it was an article. No one is coming to the table saying, oh, well, what do you think about Woody? No one's asking that. It could have come up just in general conversation.
Somebody just wrote, Woody adopted Mia's other 2 children, but not Soon Yi.
Oh, they're saying that he did adopt that girl.
Yeah, I feel like
that girl was adopted. And even if, okay, we're mincing word. What do you call it? I can't think of splitting hairs. Stop.
Oh my gosh.
If that child was in his care as a caregiver.
Yeah, Soon Yi wasn't his adopted daughter. Andrew Previn was her father. He's a creep for many reasons, but she was never his child or stepchild. Well, wait, he was stepchild.
Stepchild.
Oh, because they didn't marry.
Oh, Mia and
yeah, they didn't.
Again, you're splitting
hair. Yeah, now we're
really. He was in a caregiving role to that child. Stop.
Oh, see, now people are like, yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Come on,
stop. You're splitting hairs. I don't care.
No.
Stop.
No.
And I just saw a thing on it just the other day, and they were saying adopted daughter. They still said it.
Yes, because technically it
and if it's a common law marriage
in California,
well then stop. Then stop. They need to stop.
So this person agrees on all points and asks, how did this conversation come up?
It could have been any. I've talked about different things.
And it's funny because I had this conversation with a certain someone, and I remember this conversation because there was a hint to liking him and his films.
Right. Yes.
His films.
Yeah.
And I, of course, went on a rant.
Yeah.
And there was some back and forth thing. And yeah, it's a sore point for me.
And for most people, not even women, for most people, and his movie could have come up.
So the way it came up, though, was that they were discussing films.
There we go.
He loves Woody Allen films. Right there, IBM. To separate the art from the artist for him, and then all hell broke loose. Honestly, the amount I was fighting him on it, and I just gave up. Because why waste my time and energy on a man who can't see the fault
in a grown let's just keep the relationship out of it. I don't care if the child was a stranger. It is still molesty.
This person says, what a loser. It's like defending Epstein or P. Diddy.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, P. Diddy came in. It is. And this is where you're gonna, that mindset, the men she was dealing with and arguing that was okay. That's the mindset that comes. You're gonna hear all of that. You're gonna be able to what's the word? Identify those guys, because all this stuff with P. Diddy and all that stuff is coming out, and you're gonna be able to see where the men are as far as their mindset on those types of issues.
Yep. Um, da-da-da-da. There are some topics that are nice to bring up on early dates so you can find out who is sniffing glue and tell yourself you're vetting successfully because you are.
Yes. And she dodged a bullet. Like, that's that mindset that we're talking about.
Mhm.
You don't want to. That's a person that their integrity is very low. If they're saying it's okay for a grown man to be courting, no, I'm sorry, grooming, we're calling it what it is, grooming the child that is in his care, that he's supposed to be protecting, and he is grooming her for sex and then marries her.
And if you watch the documentary about this, you'll also see that this wasn't the only OMS stuff that was going on with Woody.
It wasn't. There's no way it was.
He was trying to like date underage girls. He was trying to have underage girls in his movies. There's one movie that he made, and I've never been a Woody Allen fan, so I haven't really watched those movies. But there was one movie where it was actually about him dating an underage girl and them having a relationship.
There you go. Yeah. Just like R. Kelly in his music, he had it in his music, you know.
So
yeah,
that is very disturbing. So should we all ask about Woody Allen?
No.
To weed out the OMS people? How do we weed them out?
No, I think they're going to show their. He
did, but that was because she brought those.
But most of them
everything else was on point.
But the most of them are going to. They're going to show their head. They're going to rear that head. They are, because they can't help themselves. They are going. Something's going to come up. They're going to have an opinion. And that's the part about the values, you know.
Yes, the values.
That's the value.
This is where that.
Our values don't align. If you think it's okay for a grown man to marry a child that was in his care, a child, period.
I went so far as to look at some of the actors and actresses that supported him and didn't believe the child that came out and said that they had been molested. And I felt some time about those actresses, and some of them I really liked. I really liked them, and I wanted to throw some names out, but I'm horrible with names of these actresses. But some of them are really, really good.
I would feel a way
and
about
now
them
I
too.
look at them side-eyed.
Yes,
I will never
would
look
too.
at it the same again after they're like, no, we go with him, not the child that was molested.
I would too. Because that's crazy
ugly stuff.
And when we're and the same actresses was probably in the Me Too movement, marching and carrying on and doing all the saying all
and
the
some
things
of these women
performatively
actually become famous through him. You know, essentially
he gave them a chance.
And
that's fine that he did that, but you know, right is right and wrong is wrong, and it don't matter who's doing
I would not feel
obligated
to someone that's
doing something so heinous. And in my mind, that's heinous. Yes, that is heinous.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It definitely is. And for someone, and good for her, because she don't want to be dealing with someone like that. Poor integrity.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, no, I'm 10 toes.
Yes.
10 toes on it.
Should there be some kind of good question to ask? Just like a throw-out question so we can weed them out the first date without fail?
But see, I think that they will. I know
they will eventually, but will they all, what if there was a question that you could ask on the first date?
But you could just outrightly ask.
Are you a pedophile?
Is that no? Not.
Do you like
pedophiles? I mean, you can ask about the ages of the women they've dated.
Yes, that's a good one.
You can ask about the ages and how do you feel
Although
about...
sometimes it could be about the lack of opportunity just because they haven't dated someone.
Right. But I mean, you're never going to know 100% about anyone. Yeah. But you know, there are things you can ask. If that's in your value, it's in my value system, then yeah, if that's something that there's a hard no, then yeah, I would get that out of the way. You know, I've had men tell me about, and that's why I do ask about previous relationships, and then I don't see them again. Like, and they say, yeah, she was 20, 19, and they're in their high 50s and 60s. No, I don't want anything to do with you.
No,
because your character and your values are not in line with mine. If you have a mindset that tells you that it's okay. No, absolutely not.
No.
And the same ones that have daughters that age that says it's not okay for their daughters. So no. And in Woody's case, it was okay for his daughter.
Yeah.
Because you can mix hairs all you want about, that he didn't adopt or whatever. It was a caregiver role.
Yeah, it was.
So we can
she grew up with him in the home as the father figure.
Right. You missed me with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and there was grooming going on, and no one's going to tell me different. I don't care.
Oh, apparently there was grooming going on. Like there was
grooming going on in that home.
She got things.
Yes, there was grooming.
And the girl the other daughter that came out and said that he did it to her would also say, he would give her things and, here you go, sweets and that and the other, they would get something from it. So he was
grooming.
I'm going to say he was well versed in grooming.
Definitely, he knows what to do. They all know what to do, let me buy you this, let me buy you that,
Yep.
But that was a good one. Well, kind of a more creepy and slimy.
Sad.
Because it's about the real situation.
It's real. Yeah, this is real stuff. But that daughter is still the one that came out and said he did it to her. Like, she's still going through it because he still hasn't even acknowledged that he did it, and she says that she is lying.
He won't
about
acknowledge
it. And of course, she's been going through therapy for years trying to get through.
Because she's waiting for him to just say it, and he will never do it because he's a coward.
Yeah,
he's a coward. That's why he's preying on young girls because he's a coward.
He's a little creepy coward. Okay, anyway, I should stop. But but yes. So let us know what you think. And actually, let us know if you can think of a question that you would use to weed out one of these OMSers.
But he's
special. He's extra OMS. This is like
Woody Allen. But the guy, though, even the guy that said that was okay. Yes. I'm looking side eye at him. If you're saying it's okay, to groom and have sex with a child,
yes,
a teenager. There's something wrong with you. Then there's something wrong.
And also, actually, even loving his movies that much, because if I'm understanding it correctly, some of those older movies are essentially pedophilic. So I can't remember a Woody Allen I've
movie.
not even watched it, but the snippets that I saw from some of those movies were very disturbing and definitely, I think, came at women in an unflattering way.
Yeah, well, that's where his heart is, and I hope that they didn't have any kids. The child, he and the child, if they had kids, then that's another problem.
Yeah,
because if they had daughters, I am pretty sure. Yeah, he probably there was something crazy going on.
Yeah, because she's going to be too old here in a minute if she's not already.
I just saw her on.
She's already. That's right. She is already too old.
She is.
Oh,
I don't know how
he's been messing around.
I'm sure she's.
But whoever he could get a hold of after she got too old, which
was access and opportunity for them. Yeah. So
eek.
Yes. But the guys are out there. They, we just have to be very diligent and keep our value. That's where our values come in. Like, a guy that would, to me, whether he's ever done it or not, is irrelevant. That you have a mindset that that's okay tells me that you would do it.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity.
That's right. Yep. So let us know what you think. Yes. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
and like. And we are on Spotify, YouTube, X,
formerly known as
Twitter. I can't even get used to that.
I'm never gonna
Instagram
say.
and TikTok and
Facebook.
Facebook. Did I say that?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
Facebook. And until next time, don't forget to live,
Laugh,
and connect.
and connect. It's just one day it's gonna
what's
do
happening?
it.
What?
Wait. There it is.
Okay, I did it. I must have done it wrong. Okay, bye.